Hello students, let us see the power of prayer, a prose written by A.P.J. Abdul Kalam. Before that, please subscribe our YouTube channel and encourage us for our educational services. Just your click on subscribe values much for us, so please subscribe and encourage us. Abdul Kalam was our former president and India's missile man, lived between 1931 to 2015. The Power of Prayer is an excerpt from Kalam's autobiography titled Wings of Fire. Abdul Kalam has written his autobiography. The title of his autobiography is Wings of Fire. It has many subtitles. One such subtitle is The Power of Prayer. In this prose, he talks about his early childhood, his village, his parents, the friends who influenced him, and how, as a young boy, he learned the relevance of prayers. He explains about his memories as a child, the characteristics of his mom and dad, the behaviors of his villagers, and as a young boy, he understands the power of prayer and he was very much interested in prayer and God. Prayer is the reason for his success. Abdul Kalam was born in a middle-class family in Rameswaram. His parents were Jainul-Abdin and Ashiama. Abdul Kalam's family is a middle-class family. His native place is Rameswaram. Although his father did not have much education or wealth, he had innate wisdom and generosity. Abdul Kalam's father is not a well-educated person and he is not a wealthy man. But naturally, he had innate wisdom and generosity. Kalam's mother fed a large number of people every day. They gave food for poor people every day. Kalam was a short boy with undistinguished looks, even though his parents were tall and handsome. It says about the appearance of Abdul Kalam. Kalam was a short boy, but his parents were tall. They lived in a decent house and all their needs were met. They earned enough money for their livelihood. And Muslims dominated the locality Kalam lived, even though there were several Hindu families. In his village, there were many Muslim people and a small number of Hindus. His father had a healer's hand. He had healing power with his prayer. When Kalam's father returned from the mosque, people would crowd around him with a bowl of water for him to dip his hands. The water was believed to heal the invalids. The people believed that if Jainul-Abdin dipped his hands in the bowl of water brought by them, and the water would have become with healing power for them. The high priest of the Rameswaram temple was a close friend of Kalam's father. They often discussed spiritual matters. Kalam's father became friendly with other religious people too. The Hindu priest of Rameswaram temple was Kalam's father's friend. Kalam's father conveyed complex spiritual concepts in very simple, down-to-earth Tamil to the priest of Rameswaram. And his answers filled Kalam with a strange energy and enthusiasm. Throughout his life, Kalam tried to emulate his father in his world of science and technology. In his accents, Kalam tried to reflect his father and his good principles. Kalam was 6 years old when his father built a wooden sailboat to take pilgrims from Rameswaram to Dhanushkodi. Kalam was 6 years old at that time. His father had a wooden sailboat and he took pilgrims from Rameswaram to Dhanushkodi. A relative named Ahmad Jalaluddin, who later married Kalam's sister Sohara, helped him. Ahmad Jalaluddin is Kalam's relative. He helped Kalam's father in boating. Later, he married Kalam's sister. Kalam's sister name is Sohara. The boat perished in a cyclone in which the Pamban Bridge also collapsed. The boat destroyed in a cyclone. Jalaluddin became a close friend of Kalam. Kalam and his brother-in-law mainly talked about spiritual matters. Jalaluddin spoke about God and to God as if he was a person present before God. Jalaluddin had little formal education, but it had not limited his understanding of the world and the modern technological developments. Jalaluddin was not well educated, but he understands modern technological developments. It was Jalaluddin who inspired Kalam to have a broad outlook of the world. Another person who inspired Kalam was S.T.R. Manikam, a militant nationalist who had a personal library. S.T.R. Manikam was a militant and he had a personal library. He encouraged Kalam to read books from his library. Kalam's first cousin, Samsuddin, was the distributor for newspapers in Rameswaram. Kalam's cousin was a newspaper distributor. The circulation of the newspaper kept the public aware of the developments in the national independence movement. Dinamani was the most sought after newspaper, but Kalam was not grown up enough to read a newspaper. Kalam was a little kid, so that he was not able to read the newspapers. Kalam was 8 years old when the Second World War broke out. Kalam was just 8 years old and the Second World War broke out. A sudden demand for tamarind seeds arose in the market. Kalam used to collect the tamarind seeds and sell them in the market. He also worked with his cousin Samsuddin in transporting the newspaper bundles. Kalam was happy to earn money for the first time by collecting tamarind seeds and transporting newspaper. Kalam inherited honesty, self-discipline, faith in goodness, and deep kindness from his parents. but it was the time he spent with Jalaluddin and Samsuddin that made him a unique personality. Kalam learned many good attitudes from his parents as well as his friends. So please subscribe our YouTube channel and encourage us. Convey your thanks by clicking subscribe button and encourage us for more English literature essays. Thank you.